Hey, Titans! This is Captain Yeet here for you with one of the Teen Titans episode review. This is going to be season 5, episode 10, titled Go. So, let's get into it. So, this episode starts off with, space. It starts off with a spaceship inside of a space, and when we go inside the spaceship, there's a bunch of these, lizard alien creature things, and we hear Starfire screaming like crazy in the background while these lizard creatures are talking to each other. And while they're walking around talking to each other, we see some villains in the background. We see that one monster armadillo thing that Starfire and Robin had to fight when they were stranded on that planet. Well, all the Titans were stranded on the planet, but specifically them two, they had to fight that thing off, and the other Titans sometimes too. We see those creatures they had to fight during the Trog episode when that guy kept calling Starfire that. We see a few other aliens too we fought throughout the whole series, but we just see them like they're prisoners on this spaceship. So while they're walking towards Starfire's cell, we hear her yelling and screaming. She's constantly banging on the door. And the door, like the walls and stuff, are like starting to crumble because how powerful she is, just banging on the door, screaming and yelling in Tamarind language. And one guard is like looking at the other one. He goes, "Yo, is that door gonna hold?" And he goes, "It must." He goes, "But yeah, but what if that thing gets out? Then Zog have mercy on our souls." I was like, what? I was like, what is happening, Starfire? I knew before I watched this episode, 20 minutes ago, this was like the origin episode. And I knew, for a good chunk of the episode, Starfire would, talk in her foreign language, but we just heard talking in her language, and her just screaming and constantly banging on the door. And these guys were just so scared of Starfire to get out. I go, Starfire, she's, crazy strong. I mean, she's I don't think she's Superman level, but she's pretty close. Pretty close. She's crazy strong. Eventually, she knocks the door down. She walks out in this warrior classic, not classic, but this warrior prisoner armor that they have her in. And as you can see, her arms binded by this giant handcuff. Anyway, she comes out speaking Tamarindian. Although we have no idea what she's saying. It doesn't even subtitle it. It just says speaking foreign language in the subtitles. I think that's so funny because they did that exact same thing. Well, Tamarindian language is obviously a made up language, but I thought it was so funny when we first met Minnow and Moss. Remember that? I was I want to know what they were saying because I didn't just want to say they're speaking Spanish in the review. So I turned on the subtitles. On the subtitles, it didn't even translate it. It just said speaking Spanish. So I was like, okay, now I can do now. I don't speak Spanish, and it just says speaking Spanish, and here it just says foreign language. So anyway, right after that, we get the theme song. After the theme song, we cut the Starfire beating up all the guards inside this jail cell, and she's beating them down. Even though her hands are tied up, she is still going crazy on them. And eventually, she busts a hole through the wall, flies out into space, and goes to Earth. Then we cut to some random guy robbing a bank. He goes down a dark alley. When he goes down the dark alley, Robin there to stop him. He goes, "Hey man, I don't want any trouble." And he goes, "Well, you should have thought of that before you robbed the bank." Robin beats him up. And he gets a good look at Robin. He goes, "Wait a second. This isn't your city. You're not supposed to be here. Aren't you supposed to be with him?" Robin instantly cuts him off. He goes, "Well, I'm working solo now. I just moved here." I'm like, obviously he was going to bring up, aren't you supposed to be with Batman? This isn't Gotham. You're not supposed to be here. Obviously, he's doing a solo thing now. And he's not with Batman. He gets moved to Jump City. But then he sees Starfire, a big green ball of light, fly across the sky and crash land. Big impact. So he looks to the side. He goes, "What the?" I gotta go. I gotta go see what that is. So he ties the guy up and runs away. And before I forget, there's a few moments in this episode where he uses his Batarangs, and they're not colored. Because obviously, in any other episode in this whole series, whenever he throws his Batarangs, they're yellow and red. In this episode, they're just gray. So this is before he colored it. And and even though this is the origin of the Titans, he's in his regular outfit that we always see. Everybody is really, besides from, I guess, Cyborg somewhat, but it's not an outfit, that's his actual body, but he somewhat has a different thing going on for a little bit. And Starfire, as you saw, she's in a whole new outfit, but she does get her classic outfit that we all know and love at the end of the episode. So anyway, like I said, Starfire just crash lands. Robin's going to go over to see what that thing was. When we cut over to Starfire, she's speaking in Tamarindian. All the people around the area of the crater have no idea what she's saying, and she's starting to get mad. So she basically just starts demolishing everything with her bare hands, where it's tied up in this huge, it's not a chain, but it's this giant handcuff that's having her hands tied up like this. She's slamming it on the ground, making craters, destroying cars, buildings, just anything. Eventually, she looks over at the pizza parlor that they go to in the first episode and starts slamming her hands across it. And as you can tell, the way that she's looking at her arms and everything, she's trying to break it. Obviously, because you want your hands free, so she's trying to break this thing. But you don't understand what she's doing at first. You think she's just mad and just going crazy, but no, she's trying to break this thing. Eventually, she starts to tear down the pizza parlor until Robin comes in to stop her. And then Robin and Starfire start to fight. And obviously, Robin doesn't really know what she's saying, so they just keep fighting. And then the camera pans out, and we see Raven in an alleyway just watching them fight. She's just watching them, not saying anything. And while they're fighting, eventually Robin's able to get some distance. And it was such a funny scene to where Starfire, she literally picks up a car with her foot, jumps it in the air, and kicks it towards him. He jumps out the way, and Robin's like, whoa, she's stronger than she looks. I'm like, I mean, you didn't tell that before? I mean, she was just clearly, I mean, even when they were fighting, like, she'll, like, swing at Robin, he'll dodge it, and she'll, like, hit the ground, and it'll, like, bust a crater in the ground in concrete. I'm like, you couldn't tell, you couldn't tell that before? I mean, obviously, with her skinny leg, picking up a car that easily and throwing it at you, yeah. But still, I was like, you should have been told that beforehand. Anyway, right after that, she hits him right in the face, and he goes flying. And I'm like, what? That sort of took his head off. Like, he's swinging with full force. That's definitely should have took Robin's head off. But no, it doesn't. He gets back up. Starfire's coming in for another attack. But Beast Boy comes out of nowhere, turns into a ram, hits Starfire, she goes flying. It's so funny because Beast Boy was acting so... Yeah, Beast Boy and Raven, they act so different than usual. Because Beast Boy, he goes, hey, Robin, sir. No, at first he goes, hey, how can I help you, sir? What's going on with that alien? Wowzers. You're Robin. It's an honor to meet you, sir. And Robin goes, hey, you can help out, but, stop calling me sir. You got it, sir. His eyes are, like, sparkling. And Robin goes, your name was Beast Boy, right? Yeah. And he points. And Starfire picked up... Actually, I don't know how she did that. She picked up a whole bus and threw it at Beast Boy. Her hands are tied. I guess she did it with her feet. So again, luck day, I guess luck day. Or I guess he still could have done this. I don't know. But somehow, she picked up a whole bus and threw it in their direction. Robin finna jump out the way, so was Beast Boy. But Cyborg comes out of nowhere, catches the bus, and drops it down. And he goes, hey, who's busting up my city? And he's in a hoodie, trying to hide himself. Because, he doesn't really like his cyborgness right now. And I thought it looked really cool. I'm like, okay. I don't know why, but just Cyborg in a hoodie and some black sweatpants hiding all his robotic parts. But obviously, you can still see his red eye beaming out of the darkness of his hoodie. I thought it looked really cool. Like, this was really cool. A little, really, really cool outfit. I mean, it's just a hoodie. But, I don't know. It just made him look kind of cool just wearing the hoodie. Anyway, Robin, Cyborg, and Beast Boy all start to fight Starfire, and eventually her handcuff things come off. Now, she had 2 layers. She had one layer that covered up her bare hands, and that breaks off. Now, there's a second layer to where her hands are still tied up like this, but she can still do this. So now she can use her Starbolt. So she's shooting them like crazy. So now they have to really run around and dodge these things like crazy. And eventually, they all hide behind the bus that Cyborg caught. And Robin, Cyborg, and Beast Boy are talking to each other. They're like, oh no, this is bad. Like, whoever that is going to tear up the whole city. And Robin goes, I'm not going to let that happen. I'm not going to lose this fight. They all get up, run over to Starfire, and then Raven makes a huge raven bird to block them. She goes, well, maybe fighting isn't the answer. And they all turn around and look at Raven. She's like in this episode, she's like so nervous. Like you never see Raven like that, which is so funny. She goes, hey, like you're so nervous when anybody looks at her. I was about to talk to her. I thought that was so funny because Raven not normally like that. It was kind of cute, honestly. And we get the really cool screen cap of Cyborg, Beast Boy, and Robin all turning around looking at them. I mean, not at them, looking at Raven. Look at this. This is a pretty cool screenshot, Like, this is a pretty nice team shot of all of them. So Robin says, all right, you guys stand down. I'll talk to her. Cyborg goes, what? You think you're the boss or something? Just give me a chance. So he walks over to Starfire. She gets mad, charge up her Starbolts. And Robin goes, hey, I'm a friend. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm not trying to hurt you. and he pulls out like a pick, not a pick, but like this, like you know, he uses a pick to lock to unlock the things, but you know, a pick a lock. He goes, hey, look, I'm gonna help you. He unhooks it, it gets free. So he goes, oh, he goes, see, now maybe we can. This he kisses him. Obviously, Robin's really surprised. He gets knocked back. Well, he gets knocked up. No, he gets knocked back because he gets knocked back because Starfire pushes him. And now, obviously, if you don't know, Tamaranians, if they kiss somebody from a different planet, they instantly know their language. So now she's starting to speak English, and she goes, okay, if you wish not to be destroyed, do not follow me. And flies off. Robin's like, you know, what the? Whoa. He's like really shook. And Beast Boy goes, okay, well, we did it. Okay, let's go. You want to give a pizza? There's a really cool screen cap of all of them standing next to each other. Robin's just like baffled. He's like, what just happened? What is going on? Why did she just kiss me? Anyway, after that, Beast Boy asks Robin, they ask Robin they're gonna still go after the alien girl. Robin goes, yeah, I need to figure out if she's a threat or not. Beast Boy asks her to tag along, but Robin's like, I'm doing the whole solo thing right now. I'm not really looking to join the team. Then Beast Boy's like, hey, what about a sidekick? No. So Robin walks off. Then he asks Raven if she wants to hang out, and she goes, no, I don't think that'd be a good idea. She walks off. Cyborg starts to walk away, so he goes after Cyborg. He goes, hey, just me and you. I mean, I guess we can, play games, do whatever. And Cyborg takes off his hood. He goes, look at me. I got into an accident. Now I'm a monster. I'm a cyborg. And Beast Boy goes, wow, you look so cool. And like, yo, you like Robot Man 2.0. You're a strange little kid. You know that? And they just keep walking together. I'm like, yeah, Beast Boy wouldn't really be freaked out by that because, well, he's seen worse Robot Man, He's seen way worse Robot Man. So it doesn't really mean anything to him. He's less Robot Man. Ooh, no. You have more human parts. Oh, my goodness. It doesn't really mean anything. And I kind of get like, I don't know why, but Beast Boy, obviously, he's a little younger here. So it was like... I don't know. It instantly made me think of Manny the Mammoth and Sid. Remember, Sid would just follow him and talk, and Manny would get mad. Like Manny and Sid, it's sort of that relationship here. Anyway, Cyborg calls Beast Boy strange little dude, and Beast Boy goes, "Dude, hey, you call me dude?" And we know Beast Boy says "dude" all the time, so that's where he got "dude" from. But I thought that was really sweet. And then the spaceship that had Starfire captive flies overhead, and Beast Boy goes, "Dude." And it shoots out like this transmitter thing on the island where the Titan Tower is. So it shoots it out and a hologram pops up. And it says that Earthlings, there's a prisoner here. A very dangerous prisoner. We are here to capture the prisoner and take her away. Do not interfere. Because if you do, your planet will be destroyed. So we're going to come here to this city to find her. And there'll be a minimal damage. Do not interfere. And then when he says that, this little like transmitter thing that was shooting out the hologram opens up, and a ton of the aliens pop out. And Robin, Raven, Cyborg, and Beast Boy all looking at it, and they're like, "Wow, that's a big spaceship. There's a lot of aliens too." Well, Raven's like, "Well, they did say not to interfere." Robin starts to walk away. Cyborg goes, "You're going after the alien girl, aren't you?" "Of course. We got to see what's going on, right?" And Beast Boy goes, "Okay, I guess I'll go with you." And everybody's like, "Okay, I guess we can team up just this once." So they all start to walk, but Raven doesn't move. And Robin goes, "Hey, are you in?" Raven goes, "You know what? It's best that I don't come. If you knew what I was, you probably wouldn't want me around." Robin pats her on the shoulder. He goes, "Hey, I know enough. Let's go." So they keep it moving. Then we cut to like a few different scenes of those like lizard alien things. They're tearing up the city. I mean, like, I thought they were, like, trying to be somewhat cautious or whatever, but no, they're just flipping over cars, destroying buildings. They even go into, like, an alleyway and they see some garbage off to the side, and they have, like, these blasters. They just start to light it up. Like, just crazy. I'm like, yo, y'all just doing the most. Like, she's clearly not underneath this car. Or, like, okay, you see some trash bags. Maybe she's hiding the trash bags. Maybe pick up the trash bag. No, you just light it up and destroy half the building. Like, these jokers, man. Like, these guys are ridiculous. And then while they're in the alleyway, Cyborg said he's going to sense Starfire. Well, sense the alien girl by picking up her heartbeat because he has, like, a tracker of a heartbeat. Beast Boy's gonna try to track her scent. He turned into a dog, and Raven says she can just sort of sense things, so she can do that too. But once he said that, you know, like I said, she got like really nervous and she sort of like looked to the side, which I thought that was so cute because Raven never does that. I thought that was so funny. Here it is. Yeah, she was like, I can sense things. Like, look at her face. Like, we never seen Raven like this, which is so funny. I can sense things. It's just so, that's ridiculous. Anyway, eventually they find Starfire inside of a movie shop, and when they see her, she gets mad and tries to fight them. And she goes, "Why did you free me?" Robin, everybody's like, "Whoa, hey, we were just trying to be nice." She goes, "Nice? We don't have the word nice on Tamaran. The closest word that we have is weak." Well, we were just being nice. Nice is just, you know, trying to be nice. We just want to know, why is that, like, lizard guy after you? Why are you prisoner? She says that she's technically not a prisoner. She's a prize. They're going to take Starfire away to another planet to be a prize for someone else. So, that's as much as she goes into. So, she doesn't specifically say, like, an arranged marriage. So, I'm guessing, like, a slave type thing going on here. Like, they were going to make her a slave, but they were just saying prisoner. But they were going to make Starfire a slave. How did this even go, like, down? Like, how does he even get off of Tamaran for this to happen? I don't know. Number 2, I forgot the aliens that was, like, the mortal enemies of the Tamaranians in the episode when we went there. I forgot. Maybe these are it, but I forgot. But, you know, if they were taken away to be a slave, how did this happen? Number 1, I don't know. Like, how did they even capture Starfire in the first place? Who knows? But why would they even doing this? Who knows either. But that's as much information that we really get of what's going on here. So obviously, Robin and the gang are like, you know, hey, we're not gonna let that happen. You seem pretty cool. They're gonna basically treat you as a slave. We're not letting that roll. So come on, let's beat these guys. And then a ton of those aliens come out of nowhere. So all right, it's time to rumble. Let's go. So they start to fight, and we get this really cool screenshot of all of them standing next to each other. I'm like, okay, that's what I'm talking about. And then they start to go at it with all the aliens. Really cool. And I really like how it starts to set up some of the classic stuff that we normally see when they fight. There was one scene where Cyborg was getting overwhelmed by a ton of these guys. So Beast Boy turned into a pterodactyl and grabbed him with his shoulders. Grabbed his shoulders. I'm like, oh yeah, they always do that in the regular show. He'll turn into a pterodactyl, grab him, and fly over. And now they did it here like the first time. Like, you know, like little things like that. Like the very first like openings where we see, not opening, but you know, the very first like things we get to see of them doing. That's really cool too. Anyway, they fight them off for a little bit and eventually they back off. And there was one scene I forgot to mention where Cyborg, he got overwhelmed, and like I said, Beast Boy had to turn to a pterodactyl and grab him. But while he was getting overwhelmed, they ripped up his hoodie and pants. So now we see classic Cyborg that we always see. And Cyborg gets really sad when they run away. He goes, "Oh no, my suit. Now you can you can see me. Like, this sucks." Beast Boy's like, "Hey man, you look kind of cool. I mean, hey, you should take it off. You look better like that." He goes, "Yeah, right. Like, I'm gonna take fashion advice from a guy with a goofy mask." Beast Boy goes, "What? It's not goofy. It's cool." Raven? No, when did Raven ever say her name? I don't think she said her name yet. But he goes, Raven? She goes, yeah, it's not really cool. It's just kind of lame. Beast Boy goes, what about my secret identity? She goes, what secret identity? You're green. All right. Just takes it off. I mean, yeah, it's kind of a dead giveaway. You're green, so not too much of a secret identity. Anyway, Starfire thanks them for helping her, but Lord Thrag, he's not gonna be too happy about you helping me. And yeah, the hologram pops back up like instantly, and he goes, I told you Earthlings not to interfere, and now since you did, I'm gonna destroy your whole planet, starting with this city." And the spaceship pulls out a gigantic cannon and starts to charge up. And Beast Boy goes, "Wait a second. So we stop a plaza from getting destroyed, and now we have a giant lizard king trying to destroy the city with a giant laser weapon?" Cyborg, go team. Just one thing after another, So we get another really cool screenshot of the whole team standing next to each other. And Robin and Starfire start to argue. Because Starfire goes, "This is all your fault. I told you not to follow me, but you followed me anyway. Now look what's happening." Robin's like, "What?" You kiss me, you fight me, you punch me in the face, and now you didn't tell me they have a gigantic laser weapon? Then Cyborg and Beast Boy, they start to argue back and forth. Eventually, Raven can't take it, so she just yells at them to shut up. Well, she says quiet. She doesn't say shut up, but she goes, quiet! And they all just look at her. She gets really nervous, like, hey, my bad. So Robin goes, you know what? It's nobody's fault. We're going to end this together. We're going to end this together. Come on, let's do this. And so Raven teleports them all. Hey. So Raven teleports them, all of them, up to the spaceship so they can take it down. So when they teleport over to the spaceship, Beast Boy says the dark energy feeling was so weird, but he apologized to Raven because he starts to feel a bit sad. They also have to walk down the corridor to go to the main control panel for the laser cannon, and Raven stops walking, and Cyborg goes, hey, what's the matter? And she goes, I don't really fit in here. And Cyborg goes, what? I'm half metal. He's green, and she's from space. You fit in just fine. Let's go. Starfire goes, I would like to make the apology. Robin goes, oh, no, it's okay. I should apologize too for yelling. It's not really your fault for everything that's happening. We're just trying to help. And she goes, thank you. I am being the nice. And thank you for being the nice too. He goes, hey, don't mention this. They just start to look at each other. And a bunch of aliens corner them inside the hallway. And then we cut over to Lord Thrag. He goes, it's going to take a lot more than 5 random kid heroes to stop Lord Thrag. And then Robin and everybody else bust into the room. And Robin goes, we're not just 5 random young heroes. We're a team. And they start to going crazy on everybody. I'm like, okay, that's what I'm talking about. I would like this scene to be the thumbnail. But it happened so quick. I don't know if I can find a screen cap of this. There's this website I go to that does frame by frame every sequence of an episode. And they have Teen Titans up there. That's where I get most of my thumbnail shots. But this shot right here, that was really cool. It happened so quick. I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a screenshot of this. Obviously, if you clicked on the video, you seen, I say this so many times. I always complain about when I'm going to make the thumbnail in the video. And I think to myself, Captain Yeet, you already made a video, so the thumbnail's up there already. So there's no point in saying this. But yeah, as of this moment, I haven't made it yet. So I say that almost every episode, which is so dumb. Well, I mean, here's whatever. Anyway, they start to fight all the guys inside of here, plus Lord Thrag. I mean, it didn't last for too long, but the fight was still pretty cool. And these aliens are decently strong because they are able to toss around Starfire a little bit. There was one really cool sequence to where Raven protected Beast Boy because he got thrown to the side. And there was another cool sequence where Starfire and Cyborg, they teamed up and started going crazy on the General. They went, wow! I was like, okay, that's what I'm talking about. He got a second win, started going crazy on them. And eventually, Cyborg's arm kind of came open and closed up. And Robin goes, hey, can you turn your arm into some sort of weapon? He goes, I don't know, I'll try. Raven gets really mad and does her classic Azarath Mythios Zinthos, does a huge explosion, and the spaceship falls into the ocean. Lord Thrag is still up, but Cyborg was able to turn his arm into the sonic cannon that we all know and love. He goes, okay, that was kind of awesome. I'm going to only say this once. Booyah! After that, we cut over to all the Titans on that slab of land inside the ocean that the Titan Tower is going to be on. And everybody's like, yeah, this is a pretty beautiful view. And Beast Boy goes, yeah, if you like ocean and the beach and everything. And Raven goes, you're kind of funny. Beast Boy goes, really? I got a ton of jokes. And Raven goes, oh, I should have never said anything. So eventually Starfire comes out in her regular outfit that we all know and love. And she goes, I look the nice? And they go, yeah, of course you look nice, Starfire. And, at first they say, yeah, you look nice, but we don't know your name. She goes, well, in your language, my name will be Star and the Fire. And they go, okay, welcome to Earth, Starfire. And they go, and she goes, I really want to thank you all for your bravery and for helping me fight off Lord Thrag and everything. I really thank you for being so nice to me. And if it's not too much trouble, I ask your permission for me to stay on Earth. And they go, hey, you don't need our permission. But if you want our friendship, sure, we got you. So, we made a pretty good team, right? Yeah, I guess we can stick together, huh? And Robin says that him and Cyborg were talking, and they made these things up, and they pulled out the communicators. They don't have the T's up there, but they're still the regular communicators. And he goes, I made these out of my own circuits. I was like, what? That's kind of wild. I mean, I guess that's not that nasty. It's not like, he's like, hey, I made these out of my own guts. Well, I guess technically, I guess they would be his guts, the circuits. But I don't know. Anyway, he said he made them out of his own circuits, so now they can keep in touch whenever anybody's in trouble. And the camera pans out, and when it pans out, we see the gigantic like communicator thing that showed off the hologram in the middle. And I'm like, oh, that's a slab of the island that makes a Titan's Tower. Because, you know, that's what a Titan Tower is supposed to be. So I'm pretty sure they made a Titan's Tower out of that. Or maybe they just, you know, tore that down and made a Titan Tower out of that. But, you know, this is the place where they made a Titan's Tower. And that's, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I was like, oh, that's cool. At the end of the episode, I was doing a reaction video. I was like, oh, that's cool. I said that out loud. I was like, oh, that's dope. That's really dope. That's pretty cool. And oh, I'm so stupid. I forgot one cool scene. It was when Robin was fighting Starfire. He pulled out his bow staff and hit her, and she went flying into a car. And she got up and cracked her neck, and she was like Zolta, and came right back at Robin. And Robin bow staff disintegrated. He's like, what the? And then that's when Beast Boy jumped in. That was such a cool scene. I wanted to bring that up. I forgot. I completely forgot to bring that up. I mean, I just said it now. Man, we only got 3 episodes left. 4, because I'm doing a lost episode. So we got 4 episodes left. I'm going to be so sad when I'm done reviewing Teen Titans. Cause I loved this show so much as a kid. I love it now, too. I'm going to be so sad. I don't know what series I'm going to do after this. I was thinking Young Justice, but I don't have Hulu. I mean, I don't have HBO Max anymore. So I don't know what series I'm going to do after Teen Titans. Nothing really compares to Teen Titans like that. But there's a lot of good shows like it. But, you know, none will beat Teen Titans, man. I love it so much. I really hope they'll renew it for a 6th season and beyond, hopefully, one day. And I really hope Multiverses, whenever you do add the Titans, they use these designs, that's the base design. You can do costumes as like Go or whatever, but the base designs, obviously going to look a bit different. But some of the base design, please make it these versions. Multiverses, please. But anyway, that's the episode for you guys.